So I didn't mean to mess you up before.
No, that was funny.
No, put that in the beginning. It's like, don't mess up.
Yeah, we actually once we played with gosh, where was it? It was Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah.
We did that, and he came up and introduced us right before we went on. They're counting down like 5, 4, 3. He's like, "Are you nervous?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little nervous." Like, You'll be fine. And we're on 5, 4, 3. Don't fuck this up. And we're back with and it was awesome. And it actually. So anyway, so I'm paying it forward.
There you go.
It's awesome.
Alright, were you recording that?
Yep.
Yes,
that whole
awesome.
thing.
That's good. That's
Okay.
cute.
So do your little intro again, and then we're
Okay.
good. Start on out.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, this is Muriel Plonka, aka Munchie with Pop Culture Madness and ConcertBlogger.com with Justin from Motion City Soundtrack. Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing very well. So you're playing in Warped Tour. Have you played in other tours in the past, and which ones?
Yeah, this is our 8th Warped Tour. I think it's like the 4th full one that we've done, but we've done a few, like the first couple years. I think it was like 2002 was maybe the first year, but so every few years we'll do part of the tour, and then this is our first time back doing the full tour since I think 2010.
Nice. So you've been around the block a few times. What are some of your survival tips for Warped Tour?
I tend to hibernate a lot. This year I'm trying to branch out, and I've actually made some friends, and I've sort of, I guess, I think I'm accepted into the nerd group.
I accept you. I accept you into the nerd
thank
group.
you. But there's like a group of people who are playing a game called Ultimate Werewolf.
Okay, tell me about that game.
See, I don't even understand, but it's like a card game.
Don't know how to play, but it's awesome.
It's basically like a card game where you each get a card and you can't show anyone, and then you become a character, and then you just lie, and you try to vote people out of this. Like, you basically, there's a village full of villagers, and then some of the people are werewolves, and then the werewolves are trying to kill the villagers at night, and the villagers are trying to get rid of the werewolves during the day, and so you just lie until there's one person left.
Have you won, or are you winning?
No, not at all. I'm voted out right away. All the time. But it's really fun. But that's one new thing that I've been doing on this tour. But yeah, as far as survival tips, I don't know. I mean, we're fortunate enough we're on a bus, so we have some air conditioning when it's hot, and a place to go when it's raining. So we're very lucky.
Cool. You said that you've made some friends on this tour. Which bands are you friends with, or have you toured with before?
Well, I don't want to use the friend word just flippantly, but I'd say that
friend dropper.
Yeah, there's like a couple bands like the Swellers, the Wonder Years, Early November. I feel like I just finally got to meet Alison Weiss, and then she's gone already.
Oh.
So I feel like I wanted to be more friends, but it was.
Is she the one that got away? Type of thing.
Yeah.
So he wants you back, Alice. Very cool. So what do you have in the works coming up?
We are currently working on album number 6,
Okay.
and we've been working on that this year. We're hoping to record this after Warped Tour sometime, and I mean, if we keep it really moving, we'll have the record out before the end of the year. Most likely, it'll be early 2014. That's my guess. I'm not 100% sure.
So how much work do you have completed so far? Anything?
Yeah, I'd say we have about somewhere around 10 finished songs, and finished meaning we've got the structure, everything worked out. I just need to finesse the lyrics and figure that out. And then we've got like another 30 to 40 pieces of songs that are like 1 or 2 ideas that don't have fully functioning limbs, they're just like kind of hanging out. The last time we made a record, we went into the studio without any fully finished songs, just ideas, and it was very fun, but it was also very chaotic.
Do you guys ever come back and visit any of that, like pieces of songs, maybe hold them for like a future album?
Yeah, actually, a lot of them. Like there's a song on our 3rd album called Point of Extinction that we wrote and tried to record for our 2nd album, Commit This to Memory, and it just wasn't working, and then we ended up just putting it on the next record. And I think on our latest album, Go, there are like 3 songs. One of them ended up being a B-side, but there are 2 songs from, like one from this Commit This to Memory session that made it onto a Go, and then another one. But I feel like it's usually, if we can't work it out, if we can't figure out what it's missing, they usually end up not being right. I think there's a certain point, if it's like 7 years of working on an idea and it just doesn't come together, then maybe it's time to just let it be.
Yeah. So what's the mindset like for you guys in the studio? Is there maybe one track in particular that you're working on now that stands out in your head and what's going
Yeah,
through
well, we
your
actually-
mindset?
We've been playing one song live, a new song that we recorded. It's recorded, it's mixed, it's going to be mastered, and we're hoping to just put out a single just for fun.
What's the song
soon.
called?
It's right now. I think I don't even know if this is the final. It's
Are
kind
you
of
not
like
allowed
we're
to
just,
say
It might
it?
change.
no. It's just like we kind of just been. We're trying something new. It's just record something, put it out, and there it is. And so I think
Like magic.
we've been calling it Inside Out. So I think that's what it's going to be. Inside Out. I'm going to say it's going to be called Inside
Can you
Out.
tell me a little bit
And-
about what the song is about, the inspiration of it?
Yeah, I don't like to go super into detail, but I think it's kind of, I'm really bad at explaining my own stuff, but the pieces of yourself that you try to keep hidden,
Okay.
but you realize that there's nothing you can do about that, and once it's out there, it's kind of like it's chaos. But I
That's
think
lovely. That's
yeah, I think it's also just about it's kind of taking. I tend to take little things and I push them to the extreme, and like, oh, this is the worst ever, but it's really just a little kind of an annoyance, But yeah, it's just about wanting to keep all the ugly things about yourself hidden, but you have no control over that.
I don't think you have so many ugly things. I want to see everything.
With this being it's album number 6 for you guys that you're working on, how do you feel now about the uprise of social media? I mean, I'm sure you guys have witnessed like all these changes that have occurred within the industry, the way fans are sharing music, the way the industry is promoting music. How has that affected you guys at all?
I'm playing catch up right now, and I've just been. I'm not super internet technology, social media savvy, but I don't know. It confuses me a little bit, but I just try to put a little of myself out there, and as long as it's honest or it doesn't necessarily. I feel like most of it's jokes and most of it's just being funny and weird, and that's just how I am. And I feel like I don't know. I guess I try to think of the people like I follow on Twitter or Facebook or whoever, and like what I like when they post things, and then I try to do the same thing in my own voice of what I'm into, and I feel like people who like our music and like me are gonna dig that as well. But I don't know that there's any end game or goal. I'm not out there trying to get 1 million followers. I mean, that'd be great, but
Some bands are, and it's that's the way they look at it. It's I've got to get the most followers, or I've got to share the most stuff, and it's lifted some of the shroud of mystery that used to be around rock and roll. I think, and it's like a blessing and a curse at the same time. But that's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As you get bigger, do you find it harder to just be able to put out free stuff like that? Like it's like more and more.
No, I just don't. I tend to spend a lot of time on things that I do, and so even like management might say like, hey, we'd really like a video for this tour that we're doing. Can you put that together? I'm like, okay, and then I'll spend like 3 days writing it out, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do, then recording it, then re-recording it, figuring it out, and then like I finally put it together. I put some music on it and whatever, and then I put it out, and it's like a week-long process. So I feel like most people are good at just coming up with something and putting it out there, but so I tend to spend way too much time on things, and
You're methodical, but it shows. You care about your craft.
Well, I recently took over I think this is the Motion City Soundtrack Facebook page, and we had over, it was like 1,000 people had sent us messages, and I responded to every single one. It took me about 4 months to like catch up, but I finally have it under control, and then about every week I respond to whoever writes the stuff. So
How many generally come in?
it depends on what we're doing. Like if I once I type, hey, I'm currently responding to all the questions you've asked over the last, and then over like 200 came in that day. So, but yeah.
More friends than I have on Facebook.
It's good. You care about your fans. Wonderful. Yes. So, thank you so much for your time, Justin. This has been Justin from Motion City Soundtrack. Definitely check them out. They care about their stuff. They care about their fans. Send him more questions so he can keep them busy.
Just keep hassling them. Yeah.
Follow them on all social media platforms.
Yeah, I think we're on Facebook, Twitter. I think it's usually Motion City Soundtrack, or I think on Twitter it's Motion City Music. Yes, and we have like all our videos on YouTube and all of that stuff.
I'm
too.
sure we can look for you guys on the road later this year.
Yes.
we can't talk
Yes.
about yet.
Eventually,
It's a
there
secret,
will be
but
more
he'll let
shows.
you know.
We'll find
More
out.
shows,
Follow
more
social
music.
media and find
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling people too. It's like everyone's like, I didn't know that you had come to our city. I'm like, well, I don't understand this. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to wrap up, but
No,
but
please.
like when I want to know if a band is playing in my city, I go to the band's website and see
Well,
where are they playing. And I feel like a lot of people, because the social media is so instantaneous, like they just expect the information to come to them as opposed to going to it.
Yeah.
And so if there's anything I could stress to people is like, if you like a band, just check their website every couple weeks. You know.
If you care, show it.
It'll be there.
Support
Yeah.
your band.
Yeah. But on the other side, thank you for supporting us over the years.
Yes, thank you very much. So check out more of Motion City Soundtrack and Pop Culture Madness and concertblogger.com. Bye!